It's Thursday night, thinking about the 3-day novel. I don't think I'm nervous about it. So it's Thursday night, 3-day novel. Slept 3 hours last night. That wasn't good. But I just passed out on the couch a little bit ago watching some Rick and Morty with my son and got another 3 hours, so 3 hours are adding up. I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but I'm wondering, asking myself, can I really write a novel in 3 days? Been thinking about the story I want to do for a while, and second guessed it a little bit today and thought, oh, maybe I'll just try to do what some of the others are doing, which is just go on with minimal idea and run with it. But I really don't feel that confident in my ability to write sentences. And so yeah, I'm gonna spend all day tomorrow coming up with an outline, and I think I know the first sentence. Hey, Ronnie here, Thursday night. Slept 3 hours last night. Then I just woke up. I fell asleep on the couch. Got another 3 hours after watching Rick and Morty a little bit with my son. A little bit nervous about this. Not worried about like failing. I'm sort of like counting on it, but just curious whether or not I'll even be able to do it, to like create a manuscript this big in 3 days. It kind of takes me back to like my days of writing plays, and so I'm going to try to go into it that way and just sort of go for it. Feeling a little bit better. A little bit nervous about the 3-day novel. I'm hoping I won't freeze up on like something and just like space out and totally fail worse than I already planned to. I'm excited for the challenge. It's a story I've been thinking about a while that I've never written down, and I'm kind of see it sort of like a film, and so the challenge I think will be writing it for the form fiction. But I think it's a good opportunity to try to work out some of the things that I haven't worked out in my head. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to get to bed here shortly and hopefully spend the majority of the day tomorrow coming up with an outline. I don't want to over-prepare, but I don't want to go in cold either. I don't feel comfortable like that. I think a lot of my peers in class could do that, but I definitely don't feel confident enough with writing fiction or even prose or even sentences. Anyway, what else? I think I got my first sentence. So here's my first sentence for the novel. I want to see if it holds up, if it ends up staying. So here's the first sentence. Git hadn't seen Monday since being arrested almost 18 months ago at the boys' school. So that's the first sentence. I'm pretty confident that one may stay. I also wrote the last sentence. That's the only thing I wrote. And I doubt that one will stay, but who knows? Maybe my outline will be good and I'll end up in the place I think I'm going to end up, but who knows? So maybe I'll show you a few things now. So this here might be my secret weapon. Planning to take some walks when I need to, but I also might sit down and play some half-assed drums. I'm definitely not somebody that can listen to music when they're working, so I was a little bit nervous about this. I don't know if you can see this, but like my whole road here is just like tore up and there's construction guys working on it. pretty much every day, and I'm planning for them to work on it this weekend. I don't know if you can hear that noise, but like way over here, there's just like this little yellow box. There it is. And it just makes that noise all hours of the day. If you come out here at 2 or 3 in the morning, it's just going like this. And so I'm wondering if I'll be distracted or if it's going to be a nice welcome ambience to hear the workers out here and their big machinery, like this giant cat. I don't know if this is considered a backhoe or not, but it's some big thing. It's just like this incredible Marquette full moon. Thought I might capture that Thursday. Boom. Look at that. Doesn't even look real. So along with focusing on getting an outline done tomorrow, which will be Friday, planning to give myself like 3 different spots to work. So this is going to be like my main one. This couch here, it's my little comp next to the old drums here, and a notepad. And so I hope with my outline I will I like the idea of, if I get hung up on something, I can just jump ahead and work on some other part of the story. I've never worked like that before, but I think I'm going to need to, because I know I'm going to get hung up on things, and so I gotta be able to, what is it? ABW, always be writing. So I gotta work at that. Oh, well, here's my second spot. Be working on my old standing desk. This is kind of like overlooking the old right here, the old construction boys. So planning to do that. I'm gonna try to have like a computer at each one of these spots, and also like some notebook paper. I find sometimes I get hung up with typing, so it's better for me just to grab a notebook paper and start just writing by hand sometimes. That's how I used to write all my plays, is by hand, so maybe I'll go back to that. Here's a little project. It's kind of weird. Old boy hanging out. Al, say hi.
Hi. Hi. What?
Nothing, just got old Ghostface Killer. He's going to be here too while I'm writing. Me, Elliott, Ghostface Killer. And the Lego Batman guys are going to be here too. And Elton. And the kids from Stranger Things. My main comp. I don't think I'm going to write on this at all. I think I'm going to write on the other 2 mostly, and then transfer it all to this. So this is where I'm going to collect everything and maybe print it out at the end and mail it. If my printer is working good this weekend. It doesn't always do that for me. So here's my wall clock. It's kind of pretty. I got it from Myers. Be dreaming of other places I'd rather be than sitting down having to write. She's going to be here that weekend too. Little food stock up here. The 3-day novel. Some rice cakes. Delicious. Not really. Some bananas for oatmeal. Some other fruits. Some iced tea. I probably have to brew a new pot every day and fill up this old boy. Some yogurts, almond milk, some sugar-free pop, salad. I think I'm going to eat salad most of the weekend. Hey, looking forward to the 3-day novel here. It's Thursday night. Hoping I'll be able to get enough sleep during it. I already struggle with sleep, so I don't really want to pull like 3 all-nighters at all, so I'm gonna like prioritize getting good sleep, and I just think my work will be better. Otherwise, I think my brain's just gonna totally shut down and I'm gonna just flame out. So Gabi hanging out too, Mr. Suave Tiger. It's time to make this reel. Made my file here. This is it. Wounded Healers, that's my working title. I doubt that'll stick, but it's the best I got for now. I think I'm going to have a contents page. And then my first sentence right here on page 3. So I'm halfway down page 3. So I'm off to a good start. Got my outline here, which don't exist yet, but this is what I got to do tomorrow. And then I got this one here. This is where I'm going to put maybe any notes or research I think I need to write down so I don't forget, just to help me out while I'm working. So fun stuff. It's about 6 o'clock on Friday. Still plugging away at my outline. Got a lot of my notes down here in this folder. Still don't really like the title, but that's why we got the W and the T there. Got a couple things I might look at just to see how you're supposed to punctuate sentences and break paragraphs, etc. Guy's been working out here all day. Doing a good job. Hopefully they get Monday off. Still trying to figure out last bit of this outline. Hung up a little bit, which I thought was going to happen. Got my thinking cap on. Alright, it's Friday night, about 10 after 10. I was debating whether or not I was going to try to start at 12:01 or go to bed. I think I'm going to go to bed. I got my outline done. It's probably, it's going to have to do. I think this should be called the first draft competition, not the 3-day novel competition. It's just an idea. Guys aren't here this morning. Kind of miss them. Now I gotta show up for work. I think I've been writing for like 20 years now, and I've been in this writing program for a little over a year, and I think today is the first day when I imagined all the other people in the program writing at the same time. I just had this image of everybody hunched over their computers writing, I guess there's just so many other things to do in a writing program other than write, and so I guess there's something comforting about that, or maybe that's the wrong word. There's something encouraging about that, I guess. That we're all here doing what we have to do. We're all here doing what we're supposed to be doing, and we have to do it. I don't know. We're all here doing what we came here to do, and it's we're all here doing what we came here to do, and it feels good. A little fuel to start the day. Got a little yogurt there with my granola. My friend gave me this. I don't know if you'll be able to read it. Try to zoom in. It says inspire happiness. That's a bear. Looks like a Christmas tree. And a little lamb, maybe? Some snowflakes. Just realized skipping back and forth between my outline page and my notes page is just ridiculous. I need to just put them on the same page now. I hate everything about this project. This is so hard. I wish I was in better shape, I think. I don't even want to go back in there. Like stalled at 5,000 words. I definitely got a new appreciation for you fiction writers. I am just getting my ass kicked today. It's about 9:15. I'm still under 6,000 words. There's no way I'm going to finish this. I hope to finish the first section of 3. Oh man, kind of embarrassing, but I'll do my best. Last night it was the worst when I was trying to work. See these trees right over here? Right over top of them, just boom, blooming fireworks for like off and on for, I don't know, probably 2 hours. It was so loud. Sounded like people were getting shot out in the streets. It's a little after, almost 8 o'clock. Day 2, second morning. Yeah, I had a really rough night last night. I didn't go to bed till about midnight. Stayed up talking to M, bitching about things for like an hour. She was so nice and sweet to me, but yeah, I just realized, I think, that even though from the beginning, I'm gonna fail, like, I think there was part of me that was just like, no, I'm actually gonna do really amazing. I'm gonna do great. And then I got into it and I just got my ass handed to me. Oh my goodness. So I'm trying to have a sense of humor about it. And, you know, there's two ways with humility, I guess. You know, you can sit around and pout about it or learn from it, I guess. So I'm going to learn from it. So today, I'm approaching this shit different. Okay? I'm no longer thinking about 100 pages. I'm just thinking about everything I write being proud of. Because part of me feels like writing as much as you can, which like 100 pages is like more than I can. So even trying for that, like I'm writing too fast. Like this is what I'm thinking. I know that's the competition. I'm supposed to just like kick out the jams and shit. But like to me, it's like when you're writing your first draft, like I know Stephen King does that shit, like 10 pages a day, he's done by 2, whatever it is. But it's like, for me, if you write the first draft too fast, you're fucking up the underpinnings, the structure of it, and it's gonna make it take so much longer to get done if you don't like think about it. So that's what I'm fighting. I'm fighting that battle. Like I like to think when I'm writing my first draft. Like I like to really sort out some shit. Like I've had to keep reading back my flimsy little, you know, single space 11 pages or whatever bullshit I have right now. I had to keep reading it back because I couldn't. I'm so tired for one, because I tried to start early on, 6 hours sleep or whatever. I am bitching again, but I'm just trying to put it in a little context. So like, I'm so tired. I start. What the hell was I saying? So anyway, I start into it, right? And shit. I remember what I was gonna say. So I'm so tired. Like I write for a little while, and I can't remember the fucking story. I can't remember like what did I name that character? Like what shirt did I put them in, and like was this guy crying? Like, was he sitting? Why is he floating over here now? Like, I'm confused I'm confused. And like, so I got to keep reading it back to make sure the shit's straight. And I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just kick out the jams, because that's the whole deal. And it's like, that's what I'm wrestling with. That's what I fucking hate about this. So, with that said, it's a new day. Got a nice, encouraging text from Professor Billman. I sent the panic text first, and he was kind enough to send one back. Called Eli last night. Even though I said I was going to text, I was just like, shit, I got to call somebody. Fuck this text bullshit. So I call Eli, and he doesn't answer. He's in the middle of work, and I assume. So then I texted him. I'm like, dude, I got my little butt kicked today, and it sucks, man. And he's like, sends me a real nice text, and then no, he didn't call me, but he sent me a real nice text, and he's like, we'll talk tomorrow. I'm in the middle of an hour of power. I love that, an hour of power. I didn't have any hours of power yesterday. Just FYI. All my hours were like hours of fucking rolling down the stairs inside of an old refrigerator. It was just so hard. And I don't know if this is just because I've never written fiction really, other than, a little short story that I turned into a poem, See, I feel comfortable writing poems, songs, doing film projects with my son, that kind of thing. But this, I feel this is what it was. This is how I described it to my girlfriend last night. This is like, for me, this is like me going outside and picking a street fight with a boxer. This is what it's like. It's what I told. I don't know if I sent this to Billman, but I typed this in a text, but I think I erased it before I sent it. But I was like, I feel like John, I feel like I'm trying to learn how to play the cello, like, or the harp. Or, you know what it's really like, and this is what I told my girlfriend last night. It's like playing the keyboards. This is what it's really like. I'm not a keyboard player, but I know my notes and I can play it. As long as I got all the time in the world. So when I'm recording, like, did an album once called Life Support. I did all the keyboards and organs on it. I was really proud of it. There's another guy in the band that's a million times better keyboard player than me, but because I had all the time in the world, because I'm a loser and stay at home all day, I sat home and I could just pick away at things until I got it right. And I guess like that's like the only way I feel like I can write good fiction is to just give myself tons of time, no deadlines, blah, blah, blah. With that said, I think I'm a little bit proud of some of my sentences yesterday. Maybe even some of my paragraphs. Some of my riffs, you know. I'll be interested. I think I'm going to start today by reading it back. We'll go from there. I know I'm at about 6,000 words. Oh, and the other thing, this whole note page, outline page, manuscript page, that's the stupidest thing. What was I thinking? So I just put it all on the manuscript page. So now, like, yes, I got 6,000 words, but that includes my freaking notes. So I probably got more like 4,000 or maybe 5,000 words, and the rest are like my outline and my notes and stuff. So it's 8 o'clock. I went to bed at midnight. I woke up at 3 in the morning. I think I fell back asleep at 3:30. I woke up again at 6. And I've been up since then. And now I think I'm going to approach this day different. I think I'm going to go back to sleep a couple hours. I want to be refreshed because that was a problem yesterday too. I was sitting in the couch hunched over and my chest was just hurting, like my skeletal, not like internally I don't think, but just like my skeleton. Like the way you feel when you haven't got enough sleep. You feel like, you know, something that's stiff that, you know, you're trying to make like Gumby, but it can't, you know. Anyway. Hey Al, I got your oatmeal on the table, or it's on the counter. You got your bananas on a plate next to it, okay? Hello, it is Sunday, day 2. Just woke up from some sleep, had some oatmeal. I feel way, way better. I didn't get 8 hours, but I got more than 7, so I feel good. It is about 10 minutes to 1. I know that's a pretty late start, but I'm going about it differently today. And I know Stephen King's just getting off work about now, so yesterday I thought the secret was like maybe earplugs, these little guys, and I'd never worn earplugs before, but I was just so bothered by every sound I heard, somebody going in and out of the door, opening the fridge, whatever. So I put them in, and then whenever I have a snack, it made it like so loud in my head that it was like, it like hurt a little bit. It was like it was bad, so no earplugs. And I didn't go for a walk yesterday. And I said I was going to go for a walk every day and I was going to take care of myself. and I haven't been doing that. So I'm going to go for a walk today. Yesterday felt like a rave. Remember Eli said, like, we're going into a rave, or he was describing that for himself, and it's like, I've never been to a Detroit rave, but I want to make today like a really mellow, productive little country barn dance today. That's what we're doing today. My dad used to do this stuff. He used to have a backhoe in the yard. I remember one time we lived on Main Street in this town called Davison, and we lived on the first house, I think, in Davison, and it was like right across from like the library and the police station. And anyway, it was just like a little piece of, a little yard. And I remember he put a backhoe in the front yard at one point and just built this giant hill. So we had like this little piece of grass, like probably like no bigger than that little piece of grass right there. And he just built like a giant hill and sodded it. So there was just like a giant hill for us to play on. It's pretty cool.
Blending it and putting it in straw food, and that's the only way people eat food in that movie.
What, are you talking about, the cannibals?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
I almost forgot one more thing. Rather than just start writing cold today, I decided to print off what I have so far. So I found out my little Wounded Healer's working title. I got 22 pages. So that was better than I thought. I thought I was under 20, maybe 20 with my notes, but I'm actually at 22, a little bit into 22 pages, double spaced, just of what I've written. And so I think I maybe did better than, this is more prose than I've ever written in my whole life. Definitely the biggest prose thing I've ever written. So yeah, my new goal for this is just keep working, and if I get the first section done, I'll be really proud, and I'll know that I did my best with it. And maybe that'll be like a little novella for now, but with the idea in mind that I'll do the second and third one, hopefully this semester if I have time and the energy, but they might be a little longer, so we'll find out. Been reading, taking some notes for about an hour. I'm pretty satisfied with what I got, even with my slim page count. Here's my first paragraph. I'm pretty happy with it. The business of living. Git hadn't seen Monday since being arrested almost 18 months ago at the boys' school. If he was still stewing in his own melodrama, he'd have sworn to anyone that he still wore the handcuffs from that day. But he was past that, thanks to Dr. Madeline. This session, he hoped, would be his last before reclaiming his place as the boy's father. Being his dad might take some time. Being his buddy again, that could take even more time. But he wanted the chance more than anything he'd ever wanted. More than sex and all the money he didn't have. More than the Newport Lights he used to smoke. More than anything. I just had some pizza. It's about 6 o'clock. Up to almost 8,000 words. So I'm way off the leader pace, but That translates to, at least in mine, about 20 pages single space, so about 40 pages double space. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna try to take a walk now and maybe give it one more push tonight before I go to bed. So. Compost. Good thoughts in, bad thoughts out. There's our firework friends.
Compost is one of the grossest things in the world.
I think it's pretty beautiful, actually.
Why is composting like the grossest thing
The yellow box.
in my back pocket looks weird, and it looks like I'm trying to feel my butt. Gross. And so gross. Reaching up and down and all around. It's fair to me.
Three-day novice here. One more time. Day 2 coming to an end. Feeling good. I can see the end of what I'm trying to accomplish. I think I'll be able to finish it tomorrow, but I'm still pecking away a little bit tonight. Last weekend on this day I was recovering from 2 concert and poetry events, and now feel like today I kind of like recovered from yesterday and the day before and the day before that, from just approaching this thing wrong and just feeling overly stressed. Today I just really feel appreciative. I just feel really privileged, like lucky to be in a writing program with people that love writing just as much as me and share their work with me, and that I can share my work with them. It's just like I feel really lucky today. And yeah, I just really had fun today. Another thing I was thinking about though is just this, like this documentary, like maybe it sidetracked me a little bit. Like I've been maybe taking it too literally or something, just like trying to actually document this process, my experience with it. Part of me thinks like maybe I got sidetracked, distracted by noise, distracted by word counts, page counts. This documentary, but another part of me thinks like unconsciously, like I was thinking about this story for a long time, but not as a piece of fiction, but as a piece of film. And maybe there's just part of me that's just itching so much to see it visually. Maybe I couldn't do anything else but just kind of follow my own thing. I don't know. It could be a waste of time, I mean, it could be like, I remember once when I first started writing plays, I had written my first play and I shared it at college. I was second year in college, I think third year maybe, and we had a reading of the play, and I had worked so hard on it the whole summer, and I shared it with the group, with my professor, and we read it, and I just had the sense after it that it was not good. It was really bad. It was like 100 and some pages of bad. And that was hard to take. But the following summer, I sat down and I did the same thing again, and I tried to take what I learned from that, and I wrote another play. And it was a long one too. It was 100 and some pages. And then we had a reading of it, and I got a better response at that reading. It was still never produced, but there was a turning point that happened with me. Like, it wasn't as bad as the first one. And I learned something from it. Like, those 100 pages, those 200 pages, whatever it was, add up the page counts of those plays that were never produced. First one horrible, second one it was maybe okay in parts. But I learned a lot, and maybe that's what this is all about for me. Learning from this experience, learning from actual fiction writers, and just learning more about what works for me, what causes me to go to places I don't want to go, but what helps me to stay focused too. And I think that was worth the pain of the last couple days. And today is like my first day of enjoying what I've learned. Hello, day 3, 3-day novel contest. It's about 2:15 on Monday. Stephen King is running errands about now, but not me. Here's my goals for today. Started by printing off what I got so far. Got a new title. Forget Wounded Healers. We got Cowboy Luck now. And I'm focusing on part 1 today, which is called The Business of Living. So I guess my whole thing is called The Business of Living. Everything that I've worked on so far. Last night I checked my count before I went to bed. 10,273 words, 40 pages double spaced. So I think I'm going to start today off by, just like I did yesterday, just reading it over and remembering what I did. I still got some important stuff that I got to get in it to finish it, but I can kind of see the end. And it's going to be a hard day, but I think it's maybe manageable. We'll see how it goes. Goal for today: finish the first section and be proud of it. Going for a jog is like a quick strain. Do like 30 minutes. Writing like this, like 3 days in a row, 12, 14-hour days. It's just like it never stops. Like I feel so wore out right now. Printer's been holding up. Got to do a good read of what I have so far, and it took longer than I thought because there's a lot of things I wanted to add right to the page there. This is my stack right here. This is basically my rough drafts for the past, probably the past year or so. Rough drafts. I don't know how many pages are there, but it's pretty tall. It's about 2.5 foot tall. And to think that there's people that have written books this big, like that many pages. Like, who are these people? Like, I haven't even published a book. And this is what I got to show for it. 2.5 feet paper. You can probably sit on it. All right, just one final thing I want to say. I'm going to go back in and finish this thing. I'm so close. I've worked so many hours on it today. Well, this weekend especially. Like, I've written more fiction than I've ever written in my life. And something occurred to me is that, man, it's intoxicating. Like, when you're writing a longer story like this, it's like another world you step into. And I hadn't experienced that in a long time. I guess when you write shorter things like poems or songs or whatever, you can kind of dip in, dip out. You can still be like a dad and a boyfriend and a student and a teacher and all that, but when you get lost in the story, it's like time passes and it doesn't. It's a weird thing. It's a lot of fun.